Brandon Split here from ThirstGym.com. Today we're going to talk about an exercise called the knee-to-knee rollover med ball slam. For this exercise, all you're going to need is a nice quality med ball that's going to bounce and a little bit of space. This is a great upper body plyometric and power exercise. And what we're going to do, we want to make sure that med ball is on the lighter end. So you're going to want about a 4, 6, or 8 pound med ball. You're not trying to push a 10, 12, 14, 16 pound med ball because again, we're after power development here. So a lighter weight, being able to throw it as hard as possible is going to help us achieve that. We're going to have our feet right underneath our hips. Moderate athletic stance, knees are slightly bent. We're going to take that med ball. Does not matter what side you start on because we're going to go back and forth anyways. But for me personally, I like to start with it around my right side, so towards my right hip. Again, belly button's here. Med ball's going to start here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it around, clockwise in my case, going from right. So I'm going to bring it all the way around, overhead, slam it as hard as I can on the outside of my right foot. Once that ball bounces, then I'm going to go back from that position into the left side. So my hips are going to rotate and spin as I'm doing an overhead med ball slam to the outside of my foot, going back and forth, looking like I'm catching the ball from knee to knee, which is how we got the name of the exercise. So again, it's going to go from here, back and forth, turning towards the ball as I go to do that. Then you're going to do that as hard as you possibly can, rhythmically, back and forth. A good way to know if you need a heavier med ball is if the ball starts to bounce really, really high, like shoulder height or higher, chances are you can get away with using a heavier ball so that you're actually having to stay bent over as you catch that ball because you don't want to pop up and hit you in the face from that perspective. So this works great because you're going to get some rotational piece as well and you get the overhead slamming, which is going to develop that upper body power. I really like this exercise from anywhere from 3 to 5 sets of doing it from anywhere from 5 to 8 repetitions on each side, being as explosive as possible with each rep. You could also use this exercise if you're not using it for power development as a conditioning method. So in that case, I'm definitely going to recommend that you use a lighter ball because chances are you're going to be doing this for a longer duration and more repetitions. And the goal is going to be steady and consistent throughout the repetition so that you can do it during the portions of the conditioning. Now, from a conditioning perspective, you're not going to want to do this for like 2 or 3 minutes straight. The goal is to have a relatively high intensity for a short period amount of time, somewhere from 15 to 30 seconds, and then you would either move on to a different exercise in that circuit, or you would, again, control your work to rest intervals, work to rest ratio and intervals, as you go to do that, so that you can set the ball down, catch your breath, and then go back to being able to do that. So a couple different ways you can do this. Again, ideally a power exercise for upper body power and explosiveness, but something I also like to use in some of my conditioning methods as well to be able to get some upper body work and stay rhythmically cyclical as well using that power development and a full body training effect. So if you haven't had any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks, have a great day.